What?
Oh, hold on a second. My fault. Good morning. We there? Hold on a second. Maybe it's me. We got it. All right. Good morning, everyone. This is Michael Venezia, head trader at TradeView Markets. As I collect myself, share here. And as we're going to sign in, hold on. You share screen. We're going to share to right here. And we're going to get down to business at the TradeView Market site. So I apologize. Not like me to be a little bit sloppy. A lot going on. Okay. So it's a Friday. Let me sign into my or get into my account. My account is here. Where's my charts? Because that's most important. Charts are right there. Beautiful. Okay. Here we are. All right. So listen, you would think that a day after Tesla had that big type of day yesterday, especially that I noted in the room yesterday with the coach, I had a little bit of a range. There was some earnings that came in. Pardon me, Schlumberger is acting poorly, which might be a problem. The oil sector, bios keep going. It's a. I'm going to I'll show you my screen very quickly, just so you get the picture of what I'm showing. It's mixed. You know what I mean? Apple's up, Apple's down, Google's up. The VIX was up a little bit. Now it's basically unchanged. Schwab is down a little bit as Wall is up. Bios is still acting well. TGTX is well, and CRISPR. What stock was I looking for? How can you not be long this? Which one? I just bought it. Hold on a second. What did I just buy? I bought a little. ONON. Coach's suggestion from a long time ago. ONON chart. That's 1 minute. Don't get dismayed. And how can you not be long this thing? My God, whatever stock this is. I mean, unless this has some type of news like an AHR did this one day when it looked good, and AHR just got destroyed this day and then came all the way back. This ONON, the shoe sector, looks great. My chiropractor has a young, hip, cool dude, just got divorced, got a Ferrari, you know what I mean, spending all his money on superficial stuff. I get it. But he's wearing all, he's like my go-to guy, you know what I mean? I live vicariously through him. So I asked him, he's walking around with these ONON shoes the whole time. I don't think he's last in the fray either, so that's good. Okay. Retail coming in. Target, which looked like it was going to break down a touch yesterday, actually holding the 200-day, was above the 200-day. DraftKings, the usual ones that have been taking sweepers are still acting well. DraftKings, TDOC, Weight Watchers, another one. Schlumberger is killing the oil sector. You know what? I got upset with this for a moment. Upset, you know what I mean, annoyed, whatever you want to call it. I bought it. I didn't have a good feeling about it, pardon me. First buy by Schlumberger was under this right here, where 5033, the blue means buy, red means sell. You know what I mean? So I bought like 3,000, 2,800, 2,400. I sold it immediately, took a 50-30, took a 10-cent loss. I had other things going on. I looked up, it was like 50.75. Now I'm not going to break the bank here. And you know what? As it would have been, it broke that, this opening range or open low, if you will, 50.52. So once it went there, then broke below, I didn't feel too bad. Now, Schlumberger, as we approach, 11 o'clock when trading's, they're taking a stand. Things should even out by now, at least. Under the 50 number, the 50 strike price, there's a gap. The rest of them, are actually they were positive to a degree, holding pretty well. But you know what I mean? Like almost like Tesla was today, still alarmingly only up a dollar, having a small range, much like Tesla yet today. It may be in a little bit of a trading, penalty box, but I'm watching it. It's a major gauge. So Schlumberger, it's a gauge. I'm not really trading it, not a trade. Weight Watchers. See, Weight Watchers, I've been finding the trend, okay? But I'm not getting stubborn from a stock that went from 650 to 9, basically went up 70-80%. You know what I mean? So I had it nice yesterday. It's the first day it came in with any volume. So it opened down. Weight Watchers, where it closed, I had a lot of it. Closed 859. Am I really in it to make 30 cents on a trade that goes like this? No, because the big money, I'm not going to tell you where I was actually long this thing. The big money's been made, even I went to the weekly. When I knew I was in trouble, I had to cover it. I went to the weekly chart. Now it's over the 50-day. It's probably going to be basing around this, the 6.5 to 7 area, but I didn't want to continue fighting. So I had a nice mark yesterday because it came in well. from yesterday's close. I mean, at 3:15, this is yesterday, 3:15 yesterday was 9:56. You know, it closed at 8:60. That came in $1. So once it had this kind of broke this, you know what? I'm getting to work these things better. Add line study, trend line. Yesterday, this trend line right here. Well, you know, once it broke the trend line yesterday in the afternoon, maybe the optimal price was 9, but then it did the, you know, the head and shoulders. But you know what I mean? The point being is I got out of it aggressively at like 8:27, you know, and whatever it was, in a move on a lot of shares from what 8:35, 8:27, 8:30 to 8:90. That's, you know, 60 cents in a lot of shares, especially on an $8 stocks, basically 8-10%. No, it's about 6-8%. So I'm out of it. Next. If it goes back to 6 and 5 in a month or 2 months, whatever, you know what I mean? Like I said, the stock had active range, it was active, had good price action relative to my contra and volume. So it gave me a chance to get out if I was wrong. Next, I move on. So it was, you know, it's a Friday afternoon. Plug, coach was begging me to buy it. He's right. Coach gave me yesterday in the video. He says, I made a little schnitzel. I sold it at the Gap. Remember, Coach, at 880? So it's 9-10. Yeah, listen, you know what I mean? Now I think it's above, starting to scroll up a little bit. You know what I mean? Where is it? 9. No, it's probably, if it goes to 9, it probably goes to 10. Wish wasn't no part of it. They made the move in the morning. Everybody hopped on board. That was it. That's probably it for Wish. If I was active, I don't even know if I would have bought this. Not really my style anymore. EYPT, this optical stock, closed at 5, doubled. Could have had it, didn't have it, not my style. But you know, when if you look back, and now I look back, the stock has this move in it. It's done it before. So when it does it before with volume right here, probably doubled 12 to what? 21. Same thing here with the same type of volume. You got to be alert. I wasn't. I had other things going on. What do we have here? Slob. Taking up some of the retailers. EW, a day delay, looks great. Medtronic, I sold a little bit just because it was a schnitzel. Now I like it. I'm actually going to buy more for the fund. Open well too this morning. I sold it near the high. Pardon me, Para holding in there, Lewis, EW, CRISPR. The CRISPR, they tried to bang it down, trying to hold this BMEA. They tried to get me out. I sold a little bit just because it's a thin bastard. You know what? I sold it. I saw trouble. It closed at 29. I saw trouble. I sold a bunch at 28.80. Then it was 27. So from 28.70 to 27, that's $1.70. I had 5,000 shares. So this thing's moving. You know what I mean? So then I'm saying, all right, let me lighten up in this bastard. So then I got out of 28. That's not bad. Then I bought a little bit back. So I have some. The long term on BMEA. I wish it was a long term account instead of the short term, so I won't have to look at it and micromanage it. Let's look at the coach's rounded top in the video call, acting well, maybe coming up a little short covering pressure at 269. I would have a feeling the coach does not want to cover that. Disney, a little positive, that's fine. Netflix, nothing. Roku, Meta, Shop still hanging. This TTD, even though this TTD, I feel something coming big in this thing. I'm telling you. Even the insiders are selling. I feel it. It looks coiled and it looks dangerous as I look to the left here, what's moving up. ALLO, BLCM, RPD, takeover target. Not interested. Even though SAP is acting well, it's SAP at earnings. Let's keep an eye on that. That's big for overseas, right? Meta, FCX had the news, the earnings. Could you have shorted on the bounce? FCX. 39 to 40, the old date. You know what? I could have, I don't know. You know what? FCX, it's not in the trend, it's not in the trading penalty box. I like the way it looks. It's not like it, but I'm going to have to, after I get off here, I'm probably going to look at what coach says, and then I'm going to look at, really read into the information of what's going on. Like I say, I leave that to the professionals to disseminate more interest or more smarter situations. I'm being facetious to a degree. But I'll have to look at what's going on with that after lunch, or after I get off at Gilead. All of a sudden, breaking the bear flag, the bull flag. PGTX, I bought some. How can you not be long this thing? Oh my God, I'm in it. I bought it. I'm in it. I didn't buy much. You know why I didn't buy a loaded? Because I don't want to be looking at it all the time. You know, it's a bio. You have to, you know, it's not like I took a position in an oil. It's a bio, and at any given time. some FDA decision can come out and it brings down the group and then stocks get hit on thin volume and then you sell at the low. Believe me, it's just a wild situation. So let's look at that. Let's go back to what I should have done first of all, and gone through some fundamentals in TradeGATEHub instead of going right to the action. So I apologize. Frippit, Playboy, CRISPR going higher. Love the CRISP. Burlington Retail is going up. Okay, let's pause here. Today, what we're looking at today. Let's go. More importantly, let's go for sentiment and where we stand on the indices going into the weekend. As everybody knows, stock picking is not our problem. Sentiment's still mixed. We're down. We bounced a little bit on the SPYs. Big deal. Goldman Sachs equity trading color. Read it. Very interesting. The bottom line, it said this: energy, the 5 days, all bearish. Everything it looks like. You know what? The 20 days, so short term, we're bullish, bearish. 20-day moving average, which is the line in the sand for some swing trades, looks okay. Long term, it's still up in the air, up in the air. Zoom, nice cover. Where are we? Bank of America, bulls and bears mixed. Actually, a little bit underweight, a little bit. The sentiment's leading on the bullish side. Read this about Flow Jesus. It's important. Like I said before, Houston, we have a problem. But if I had $1 for every time the market had a problem, then it wouldn't have a problem. What's this, Tanya? Somebody just told me about Tanya. I once dated a Tanya. TNYA. What's this thing? Tanya. Still got some life in it. 83 RSI volume. The daily. Actually, it's one of these trending stocks too. It's Tanya Therapeutics. It's a bio. So I'm not about to enter this thing now at basically lunchtime. If I do, that means Tony P will miss his walk, and then there's more messes involved and everything. No, I'm only kidding. But Tanya, I'm not. You know what I mean? I'll get it. Write it down. It's in the book. Tanya, another bio that's going. Okay, Freeport. Let's finish the fundamentals. I keep going back and forth. Okay, gapping up. Teddy Z. Morning, great communication. When I sign in the morning and I see you guys communicate like that, putting on trades, I love it. Lewis, anything? AT&T, sell off a buying opportunity. AT&T, it was a buying opportunity. Good IG, and one of our long time. And trust me, this BWV goes to 10. Goes to 20. I'm flying out, AG. Fact. AT&T did recover. Now it's coming up to the 200-day. Where was the 200-day? 1845. Go right up here. See the 200-day, top left here. 1843. So they took it to the 200-day. So if we would a little bit, 1843, 1818. You had to be exactly right on the top and the bottom. If you wanted to cover AT&T in the penalty box. Is onion. Ooh, onion breaking high. They're cutting the onions. That's because I told my chiropractor to buy it yesterday and I front run them. I bought it. And then he probably bought it today saying, oh, it's going up. Onion. Got to add to it. Yeah. Onion. Live trade might be. Okay. Para going positive. Forget the fundamentals. Actually, I don't want to forget. I have to finish this. That would be wrong. Okay, so let's look at where the wise guys start going and the fundamentals of the sentiment for the day before I go into more live action. Okay, are they backing anything up? Are they backing anything up hard? Coach, the good call, fading the metals. I didn't do it. He asked me yesterday on air. He goes, you still short MU? AU? I said, no, I took it off. He said, you went like this. I knew what that meant. As GDXJ. Now they're coming down. See, that's the problem with contra trading. Now now it should be shorting it here instead of here. But I did short the GXJ over here. It's just not my position. No, I don't know. Ooh, Schlumberger going back to the gapper. Now we'll go to Schlumberger weekly. Not interested. All right, we'll get back into sweepers because we're getting directed. Okay. Blink puts not interested. Amazon, they're going till April 23rd. What's that? That's like today, isn't it? No, it's Monday. April, how did they go out to April 23rd calls? It's Sunday. I don't know. Maybe those do. Para bullish going out to June. I like it. Lewis, para going out to June. USB bearish. But you know why USB is bearish? Because we have Gerard, who's apparently trading the banks very well, bring this up. I think he brought it up, right? Didn't you, right before I entered? USB put repeat, put sweeper. Thank you, Gerard. He gets the picture. Because you know what? The banks are in play and he follows option flow. Well done, Gerard. I'm serious. Starts there, man. Well done. What happened? Flow Jesus. Where'd you go? Okay. USB bearish. Let's go back. Not going too long. Okay. Q's bullish. Amazon going out till April. May. Apple bearish. They like the love man going out till the love man. Difficult stock. The Love Sack Company. The Love Shack Company. Got to be, listen, you know what? One of these things where you buy 2,000 here and you let it go, and hopefully it pulls one of these binary moves where it just, you're like, I'm in the Love Sack. Not interested for me, but noted make calls. I don't think I've ever traded that stock, and that's rare. AFRM, KRE, the banking index coming back to what? A red 4, a green 4, nothing interested. Not really for me. Sexy, might be a little bit short-term bounce. KBE, KRE, KBE, Wells Fargo, Schwab, acting well. Schwab, the 1 day down. The insiders are laughing now on Charlie. They had the bottom right here. Never made a new low, 48 to 53. Coming back to the 8 day, not for me. That actually rhymed inadvertently. But it's a weekend play. You know, Charles Schwab is, it's not even a position. A chart, you know what? A chart like this, for that matter, for this type of chart, if you're going to get involved in the long term, you have to play calls because it's take a long time. You know, it's not going to go V, settle, then V, then make a V. It's not going to be a W. It's going to be a down. It's going to be settled. It's going to have news to go. So calls, if you want to take a position in Schwab, I'm not saying you should. Calls are a better place. That's a scar. It's going to take some time for a scar. USB, he's in it. Look at USB. Way to go, G Money. You got something there, right? All right. All right. So nothing really going out, nothing aggressive. JetBlue going out to May. A lot of USB, by the way. Love Sack. What is this Love Sack? But let's look at, is that the, that's a, let me just look at before. Is that a bio? Let's look at Bumble. It sounds like Bumble or Match. Love Sack, right? Neither one of them are loves. Next. I'm not even want to set the stock anyway. All right. So let's look at the sentiment. If they don't have it here, we can just go to the generic link. They're usually pretty analogous. All right. So you know what? We needed a little rest, just like Teddy Zhang said. The flow Jesus. Flow Jesus. Let me finish, guys. Any questions? This is a day where you start. I could feel it now. I could feel it now. Put buyers in lithium. That should be shorted. Coach had this LAC on one time. Amazon going higher. FVRR, see TDOC, para, FVRR. They're taking up the Fiver. Weight Watchers. Where's that? Let's cover my V. See myself a 6-figure move. Having no ego. I covered a lot of it. 530. Okay. So lithium put actors. I like this lithium short. You know what? This battery situation with lithium batteries is over. If we want to know that, we go to the Big Daddy, ALB. There's no one bigger. Batteries breaking low. What are the battery ones? QS batteries, lithium batteries. They're taking up, you know what? They're selling lithium and taking up fuel cells. That's why running, what am I in? Is STNE resting? All right, guys, I'll leave it at there. I don't see much going on. Is Tesla, was down nicely yesterday. It's up $1 today, resting. Meta's in the danger zone. Amazon continuing to move up to the 200-day resistance right now. That's where I'm looking at. Would probably rest there. I'm not going to say it's not going to break through it or go below it. Even in odd day today in Exxon's positive. The rest of them are down. TGTX, where's the onions? Kohl's, Macy's, Target, BMEA. Watch for that one. Gilead, watch for the XBI. That's the one you really want to break above the 200-day. DraftKings, Zoom. Where's this few two? Covered that nicely this morning. I wanted to add and load into it, but I did cover it well, basically. I left a little meat on the bone. And why did I take the few two? It didn't matter if it was China, whatever. That actually worked as opposed to the win. Where's Bob Win? All right, Win doing a triple top now. Look at Win. I can't do it. I don't believe in triple tops. LVS. Coach would have a good opinion on that. He's better at those type of charts than I am. Not that it's a contest. I got a guy. I got guys. Coach is that guy. MT bullish. Maybe spade for create. Okay. All right, Lewis. Oh, you know what? Where is STLD? I hope that's not them. It's down 3 STLD. I had this yesterday too. Opened down and kept going down. How about new core? I covered new core yesterday. Where was the cover? I'll tell you where. 154. 153. Yeah, I covered new core yesterday around here. That's fine. Because there was 159 in the afternoon. So it's 151, right? Church wrong pew. Now, the reason why I didn't stay short new cores, I like the chart better, but STLD had a better chart because it had more no, new core had blue skies ahead. I'm sorry. No, it didn't. STLD. You guys looked at the wrong chart yesterday. MT Lewis. I don't know what you like about that, Lewis. I gotta beg to differ on MT, as Lewis says, maybe space for creating a position. I don't know really what you see here, brother. But you know what? I'm going to be able to, a couple of years ago, I would have muted him because I said, why are you concentrating? Have more. But now I got to listen. Now I got to listen. I guess it's the ultimate compliment, Lewis. Not for me, but I'll listen. Okay, so I'll leave it there, guys. Leave the main screen. You share what's going on. Are they going to go positive on the futures? What's moving on the higher? PDI, lithium breaking lower. ZGen, SPWR, donut. They're taking up the donut. Taking up donuts. Donut any volume. 181,000 shares. Not interested. State Street naturally. Been fighting it all week. Today it's down $1.20. Kept fighting it. See this thing? Kept fighting it all week. Ever since up there at that moving average. What is this? This is April 17th. Today's the 21st. I shorted it right. Where was it? 70. 3 days I've been fighting this, all between 75.90 and 75, and today's the day it goes down. I get you. What are you gonna do? JP Morgan, Goldman, Zim, XPEV, Square, no, it's nothing. AMD, Nevada. That's it, guys. GM, looked like the short. It was followed through a little bit on the gap down. Now it's, what do they call it? Now it's gonna now, you know what I mean? You had to take the money quicker, you had to move on. Para. I like, what? I'm gonna leave it with this. Maybe Lewis, with your MT call, I don't know if I put so much credence in Para now, but I know we mean Para I actually like. Para I could see. All right. So what else did we look at? Oh, I want to point something else out. Run it down. Medtronic, I'm buying more of a position in. And Baxter was taking nice sweeps. This stock has it in. Oh, listen, April, only a year ago, Baxter was 85. It's not a crypto, it's a bio, but this Baxter, good. Now the bios are starting to separate themselves and acting, a little bit better. Onions. Come on, onions. All right, that's it, guys. All right. Any other questions? MRM, ON, Deckers, a couple of these retailers are going up. They're acting well. Look at the chart on TJX. You want to talk about the best of breed retailer? Right there, TJX. Okay, I got to go. Any other questions? All right, so leave it there, guys. Thank you for tuning all week. It was a good week in terms of, execution, communication. And if anybody's newer to the room or watches this video, go back to our YouTube channel right here. It's the second best amenity we have at TradeGATEHub, beside it being free. And we have over 700 videos. Coach and I do a couple, 2 a day. Coach esteemed guest. I'm telling you, it's worth it. I mean, it's like having free cable with all the esteemed interviews, the guests that Coach gives. Just incredible. It's an honor to have him on the team. All right, guys. So we'll leave it there. Everybody tune in. Thanks for tuning in. Have a plan, trade well, and we'll see you later in the room.